Well, as we speak, I'm even watching along at WLTX.com. A status hearing is going on right now in the request for a retrial by Alex Murdaugh in his murder conviction. Now, this is a status hearing, so this is bringing all of the players together in this case to update the judge on where the case is standing. Now, this is in his request, like I said, for a new murder trial, but this time there is a different venue and there is a different judge sitting on the bench. This was the scene when Alex Murdaugh was led into the Richland County Courthouse just a couple of hours ago in his orange jumpsuit. Murdaugh was seated between both of his attorneys, Jim Griffin and Dick Harpootlian, but at this time on the bench, as you just saw, former Chief Justice Jean Toll, after Judge Clifton Newman asked to be removed from any future proceedings regarding this murder trial. Now, Murdaugh's attorneys are asking for a new trial based on their accusation that the clerk of court, Becky Hill, influenced the jury. Today, once again, Special Prosecutor Creighton Waters was in court telling Justice Toll this needs to be a very focused and limited inquiry.
As the state has made clear, it starts with the jurors, and only if something arises in that inquiry, further inquiry to those jurors may be necessary, and that could be in discussion with the parties, as I've stated before. And then I know Your Honor has indicated the clerk should testify, and we certainly understand that. The clerk filed an affidavit denying any of these allegations, and so again, as we address the clerk's testimony, the state would have objections to some of the information I believe the defense would propose to examine her on. We believe that an inquiry should be limited to what is appropriate and relevant impeachment, but not should be just a far-ranging fishing expedition.
This morning, one of the assistants that worked for Ms. Hill during this trial was told by Ms. Hill during the trial that a guilty verdict would be good for sales of the book. Motive: selling books.
Well, there you go. Those were the arguments on both sides. Now, before they took a quick break, Justice Toll told the court, "I will be doing the questioning of the jurors and I will notify parties of what is intended to be asked to the jurors." She went on to say this would be a very specific inquiry, again agreeing with Creighton Waters. She said she will not allow thousands of emails to be entered into evidence and be presented. And then just moments ago, because again this is happening as we speak, they came back from break and Justice Toll ruled that those alternate jurors will not in fact be questioned in this inquiry. This is a live look. This is Attorney Joe McCullough. What they are doing right now is calling up attorneys that represent the jurors and asking them what concerns they have that they would like the court to address. But anyway, on this issue of the alternate jurors, Harpootlian disagreed, really wanting who we referred to during court as the egg lady to be brought in as a witness. Justice Toll said that is not necessary because this case is about whether or not the jurors who found Murdaugh guilty were influenced. Since those alternates did not participate in that decision, she said what they had to say was not relevant at this time. We just heard from a couple of the attorneys. They were saying they would like the jurors to be renumbered so that their identification cannot be looked up later. But again, Justice Toll ruling today that only the jurors and Becky Hill, the clerk of court, will be called in for this inquiry. And of course, we will bring you the latest on this. You can watch it live at WLTX.com. You can also watch Friends at 5 later today for updates.